Good morning everyone, welcome to episode number 9 of the budget van build series. We are doing the wiring today. We use Esim.sm to stay connected on the road. We especially love their global Esim plan, which allows you to go from country to country only paying for what you use. It helps us forget about the roaming. Use the code on the screen to help you save even more money. Let's get into the video. We already started some of the wiring when we were doing the ceiling because we had to add the lights onto the ceiling. But we have a detailed map, very professional map of where all the wiring is going.
Well, that's pretty good.
I think it's really good as well. It just tells us where exactly everything's going. So garage space, the electrical area, and all that basically. Got all our cables. Well, that's not all of it, is it? Yeah, I think that is all of it.
No, we still need cables for the 240 volt stuff. So diesel, not the diesel heater at all. The
Can you not read my
water
writing?
heater.
Water heater.
Yeah, so we need the cabling for the water heater as well.
And we've also got the DC to DC cable as well. I just don't know where that is. I'll have to find it. I don't know, I don't think I bought everything out, to be fair, but let's get going. For those of you guys who are new here, welcome to the budget van build. I've got another list. Basically, it's just a little breakdown of what we've done so far. So, the van itself cost us $1,000. The windows, skylights and vent cost us $1,100. And the solar was $200. The roof and installation was $400, and the paint, so painting the whole van, is $150. Altogether, so far we have spent $2,850 on our budget van build. We don't exactly know what the budget is. Our last van was $8,000, so that is sort of like the ballpark. So I'm gonna start off with the lighting wiring. I just need to connect all of the wiring from the lights into these little boxes so that I can have the lights on different switches. I'm going to do the bathroom, the kitchen and the bedroom all on different switches, which I didn't have before. Before I had the kitchen and the bathroom together, which was a bit annoying because if you had to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, you'd have to switch on the kitchen light as well. That's all going to be on different switches today. I'm going to connect these and then, yeah, we'll check back in a sec. Whilst I was fitting these, I realised that it's a really big job, so we kind of needed a game plan. So we're going to write a list. Just maybe like wiring should be the list?
I'll write the title and then Mara's writing the rest because no one will be able to read my handwriting.
I don't even think we'd be able to read his handwriting.
Right, this is the list.
We've got lights, 2 USB ports, mirror lights, toilet, fridge, diesel heater, hob, battery to battery, fan, 2 double wall sockets, and water pump. So that's what we're doing today.
Yeah, not a bad list.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to take us that long.
Should be an easy day.
Hopefully.
Right, lights are first.
Alright, well, I've already started by putting the lights onto the fuse. Are these boxes? Fuse boxes?
To
the light.
It's like a junction
boxes.
box, isn't it?
Oh, there you go. That's what it's called. Junction box. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to use electrical tape and just tape off all of the ones that we're not using, so that no stuff gets in there. On this build, we have the exact same wiring set up, but this time we're running it all under the walls, so it looks a lot neater. We're also adding some fancy switches, some dimmer switches and some normal switches to our van. I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but honestly, we had car switches on our last one, so it is super exciting to have normal switches in this van. Whilst we were taping up the junction boxes, we also ran a few wires as well. So we basically run the wires down to where we want the switches, and we've got another bit of cable running from the battery area, which is going to be right over here, to the switch area. We're just going to stick it on so that when we put the walls up, we are getting, we know where we're putting the switches basically. It looks a little bit messy, but when have we ever done a really clean job? We've done the bathroom, the kitchen and the bedroom lights are all done, so we can tick that one off, and we've got them all leading over to our battery area. So.
Well, we done fan as well, look.
Oh, yeah, and we did the fan. So, fan and lights. So we've now just got everything else to do.
Right, next is 2 USBs.
We want a USB over here by the kitchen and a USB over here by the bed. I don't know if any of you guys remember my last fan. If you don't, go check out my last videos. But here I'm gonna have my mirror to get ready, and we just want a USB because we had one there before. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do now.
That'll be easier. No switch, just running the cable from the battery to the area.
So Connor's drawn the little maze that we are running the USB in.
It looks like a maze, but it's got like ribs on the floor. So when we put the board down, if we run the cables on these low spots, they won't get crushed or anything when the board goes down. So this is the map. Well, we can run some wires.
I'm just labelling all of the cables because knowing us, if we don't label them, we won't know what's what, and we'll probably plug the USB into a light switch or something. With all the others over here. A little 90 there.
Yeah, so we're just going to follow that line, and then there's some other wires that we got to run in that direction anyway, so let's do it.
We ended up running the cable for the mirror lighting first. This is like the 100th time this cheap Spanish tripod has broken, and Connor's
attached to it though.
Yeah, it's just really useful. So Connor's fixing it again. You would never know where he's fixed that.
We had 25 meters of this 5 amp cable. Ran out well quick. So I'm going to grab some more of this and some more duct tape.
Yeah, because we also ran out of that.
That as well. What else do you need?
Tune them out. Whilst Connor goes to get the supplies, I'm running another USB line cable to this side here, because instead of a USB we have made that into the mirror, and I'm just going to run it exactly the same as I ran this one, and then we'll have another USB line. So I'm going to run that, and I'll check back in with you once Connor comes back, hopefully with the tuner mount as well. We have used 5 amp cabling for the USB that I'm running now, the mirror lights and the lights in the van. Just like before, everything apart from the water heater, inverter and the double wall sockets are going to be 12 volt. Now we have both USBs all not wired in, but all lined up. So one over there and another one over here. Another thing done. Oh, and the mirror light as well, actually. Perfect. So now we've just got toilet, fridge, diesel heater, hob, battery to battery, 2 wall sockets and water pump. Easy job. Whilst I waited for Connor to come back, I ran the fridge and the hob on the kitchen side in 17 amp cabling. Connor's back from the supply run, and what has he got us?
We got wire, 25 millimeters,
Yeah,
duct tape, and 2 tuna melts.
Legend. Okay, we're gonna eat this and then we're gonna carry on doing the wiring. Connor's had to go back out to get some more cabling because all of this that we got was 20 amp cabling for the battery to battery, but we realized that we needed 6 AWG, I think it was, and that is about 50 amps cabling. So Connor's gone to go get that, and he's also gone to get the cabling for the double wall sockets too, because we don't have that. So I'm going to be doing the water pump, the diesel heater and the toilet cabling in the meantime whilst he goes to get that. And I'm also going to be neatening the cables a little bit because they do look a little bit messy.
We definitely underestimated how much wiring we actually needed for this job, and we didn't read how high ampage we needed for the cabling for the DC to DC, battery to battery charger. So in hindsight, probably should have done that. But what I will say is drawing a diagram before we started running the wires was so efficient because I knew exactly where I wanted all the wires and how much ampage to use. So I definitely recommend you draw a diagram before you're doing any wiring. I used 17 amp cabling for the water pump and the diesel heater. It looks insanely confusing right now, but we've got everything labelled and we've got the water pump and the diesel heater all out now. So water pump's going there and then diesel heater gets shoots off over there. We are literally flying through the list. It has been pretty much all crossed off apart from the battery to battery and the double wall socket, which Connor's going to get now, and the toilet, which I'm just about to run. I ran 5 amp cabling all the way to the front of the van where the toilet's gonna be. All I'm gonna do now is neaten these cables up so they're all flat to the floor or the wall, and then hopefully Connor will be back soon with the other cabling and we can run that from the front of the van to the back for the battery to battery, and the 2 double wall sockets that we want to add into the van. So I'm gonna go do that, clean up everything. Neatening up the cabling is just an extra step I wanted to do because 1, I know that I'm gonna probably end up kicking the cabling, and 2, so that they all sit flush, so when we get the walls on there's gonna be no cables that get crushed. I'm very impressed with how the cabling's turned out so far, honestly, because we had our cabling on the outside of the walls last time. I think this is definitely gonna make the van look so much cleaner. We've got the last 2 things to run. We have the battery to battery and the double wall sockets. So we've got the cabling here and we've got the other cabling that Connor got. So we're going to run it all the way from the front to the back. So it connects to the solar panels, to the controller, to the battery. So all of that works together. And this is all going to be behind the walls, so you won't really see it.
I'll show them your connections.
This is the positive. That's just going to put some heat shrink over it. And I've got the negative here for the DC to DC, battery to battery. This is the most satisfying part. Look at that. I'm just going to do it on the other side. Now these fit into these connections, so negative. We have eco-worthy solar panels, so we've got the DC to DC charger that plugs into that. We've run the DC to DC all the way along to the front and under the passenger seat. Oh, very dirty in there, but that is where it's gonna stay, and then it's gonna get connected to the starter battery over there and to the leisure and the solar over here in this sort of like electrical area. That is the battery to battery, and now all we have to do is the double wall sockets and then we are completely done with the wiring. It has been a lot. It's been a lot. On our last van, we plugged in an extension lead from our inverter so that we could run the water heater, but this time we wanted to run double wall sockets so that we could plug in the water heater into those. We only had 1 socket, so we thought in this van we wanted to add a few more just in case we wanted to plug in anything else. On this build, we were really paying attention to the details and to things that we thought we needed that we didn't have before. So Connor also fitted this, which is the vent, one of the vents that come with our diesel heater. So he reused the second spare one that we had and fitted it onto here. We did that on our old van, and honestly it just makes it look so clean. There it is. This is the wiring all done now. It doesn't look very pretty, I can admit, but this is the rough places where all the wiring's going, and then when the board goes up
all of this will get covered, so it'll look a little bit nicer. So when the board goes up, the walls go up, this will just poke out and we can add the switches. And this is where the battery is going to go, the battery inverter and the DC to DC controller. I'm actually really proud of the work we've done. We've got pretty much everything we've wanted to add in here, and we've even got a few extra things like USB chargers and wall sockets that we've got added into this van. So that's going to be exciting. What we're going to do now is just paint the roof. Thank you guys so much for all the suggestions that you guys have given me and Connor over the last comments. We have decided to clear varnish it and keep the wood natural. I wasn't too keen on it, but you know what? Connor really likes the grain of the wood, and being in here and seeing how bright it is, I quite like it too now. So varnish it is.
Doing the varnishing was a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be, because obviously it was clear going on, so it was really hard to tell where we painted and where we hadn't. So we ended up just putting on as much as we can, as thick as we can, and hoping for the best. You have the honours.
No, go, you do it.
No, you only just said that because you couldn't.
I thought about it, and then Mara done like so much today, so.
No, honestly, the honours are all yours.
Right, cheers.
We have lacquered the ceiling. You can't really see it because it's clear.
Yeah, it turns out it's quite hard to paint.
I know.
You can't see the paint or where it's going.
Connor's just screwing the lights up now.
These lights, we got them off eBay. They were like, why is this one now doing me like this? Like, okay. Yeah, we got these off eBay. They were like 12 quid, 15 quid.
Yeah, I think so, something like that.
So unscrew the front, and then we push the wiring away. And then you just screw it right in the middle. Like that. And then the front screws on. Okay. Yeah, then the front screws on, and look at that. That's so slick.
I know, it looks really good.
I can already tell with the progress that we made so far that this van is going to be the best one yet. And I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's finished.
And that is it for the wiring video. To be honest, we are going to be doing the electrics all throughout this build. So if you need to see a certain step, I'm sorry, you're just going to have to wait for it. It's not the prettiest. You can probably do it a lot better. And there are probably kits out there that are a lot better than what we've done. But we've done this similar setup on our last few vans, and we've had this setup for the last 5 years. So it's worked for us and hasn't let us down. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So anyway, I will catch you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on Friday.